And I had everything that game. I'd absolutely had the streaker too. The streaker was a bit of fun.
I think he beat about 4 security guards, didn't you? They needed to get fitter security guards for the great respect of the league. Sorry, John.
There was one security guard who ran him down, but he absolutely mowed him in. He actually jumped the fence and mowed him down.
The boys at Swedo love me. I'm not so sure about Bernie. G'day, Bernie. He didn't shake my hand at Frankston Bombers a couple of weeks ago, so he and I are not really talking. But anyway, we move right along. Did you think it was fun to play?
100% it was fun to play, and I wouldn't be saying it was funny if I lost, but...
Well, he did.
It's bizarre, but everyone's their own.
Fair enough. Yeah, it looks like you guys do get on well, don't you, Sorrento and Pines? And again, I'll say, Bernie, you know I love you. I just got to backtrack again, guys. I'm in a bit of trouble here. So, Terry, as a playing group, are you disappointed you didn't get the nod to go up to Division 1? Is that why you think the team gelled so well together?
Yeah, like it's a tough one. I think the league's done a really good job in making both leagues a lot more competitive. We're finally here, Division 1, and we plan to stay here. So 1 year later, it's not too bad.
And Paddy, what's it mean to be the best of the best? Divisional football was needed down here. I found out a lot about it last year.
Firstly, what it means to us, it means a hell of a lot because we were really aware of how even the competition was. The Division 1 competition last year had 7 sides the previous year that had played, 8 teams, sorry. 8 teams had played finals the year before, so the 3 that came up from Division 2 had played finals, obviously the 5 that were in Division 1. So 8 teams out of 10 had played finals, so you talk about winning culture, 8 of the 10 teams had a winning culture. We also obviously look at YCW, they've won 7 out of the last 9, so if you talk about the best of the best, they're obviously still the best and we're all still chasing YCW. We hold them up on a pretty high pedestal.
But does luck play a major role or just a minor role?
Look, you need to get to the finals, obviously, with your list in pretty good shape. Key injuries can sometimes derail things really quickly. Depth comes into it, but there's some players that are almost irreplaceable in ways.
What do you think, Terry, about luck? How much of a role does it play in winning a premiership?
Yeah, look, I think it comes down to the injuries a lot, I think, as well. You see it a lot in the AFL as well. Generally a team that does really well. They have a pretty good run with injury because, especially in Division 1, there's really not much between the best sides and the ones that are down the bottom. Not to mention the consistency in the team. I think you get some bad luck with injuries and your team's constantly changing 3 or 4 in and out all the time. I think you do the hard work throughout the year and generally the best team on the day will win regardless.
And I'd like to get your view too, Bo, about luck. I mean, you guys played magnificent footy and found a way to win in a lot of games.
Look, luck has got a little bit to do with it, but if you prepared well and got a consistent group. We had a consistent group last year. We had a few injuries here and there, but we had a core group that was always available.
Just to go out and go through our processes, and our boys have done it well all year. We really want to kind of stamp our mark that we're able to compete with the big boys, and we've got a lot of respect for Finals Footy Club. So if we want to play finals footy, somewhere along the line we've got to start winning each game.
At the end of the day, do we all understand what the processes are, do you think?
There's definitely an element of truth to it, though. Although you seem deflecting, but the process is where footy's at the moment. I think when we first started playing, it was just all motivation. You play a home game, and it was we don't lose at home. With the coach going big vein coming up and his head going purple. Footy's pretty much changed now. Whereas I tell our blokes I'm the least motivational bloke I know. So I'm like, don't look at me to motivate you, but follow these things and play this way, and we'll get the job done.
Just before we go, Bo, and I really appreciate all your time before the big game today. Has Paddy ever given you a praise? Ever given the team a praise? Said he's not a great motivational coach. He's more of a strategy type coach, but I'm sure he's given you a spray, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has given us a spray. There was one time where his head his head went purple, but it was well deserved. That was early days when we were struggling a bit, but every coach has got it in him.
I broadcast footy with one of the great jugular vein men of all time, David Parkin, and I'm sure that the Carlton and Hawthorn guys would have been very scared of him. Terry, what about Ricky? He just looked very mild-mannered. Have you ever seen a spray from the great man here, or have you ever been on the end of one?
Well, after he kicked that goal, he has given himself the nickname the Iceman, and he sort of is, Well, because really spray. You're generally pretty consistent and pretty the same regardless. So you can tell when he's disappointed and upset, but I don't think I don't think the sort of person that he is, I think he understands that he's not necessarily going to get the best out of his players just by launching into them.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. We know it's a huge, huge game, and reminiscing about the premierships last year. We were very lucky last year in the MP NFL, the first year of divisional football. We had a cracking grand final between Red Hill and also Dramana, which went right down to the wire, and then we remember the grand final between Sorrento and Pines decided by 1 point after the siren. I think we were very, very lucky. And would you once again thank Paddy Swain, Bo Henry, Ricky Johnson and Terry Weather. Wish them all the best. The big game of footy this afternoon. We hope another week.
Get your game face on.